Hi, I'd like to welcome you to Hubbardton Forge in Castleton, Vermont. My name's Andrew Knapp, Vice President of Sales. Joined here with Louis Russo, our Production Engineer Manager. We're going to take you through all the different stages that the fixtures go through here. We're going to start off in Forge. So Louis, I'm going to let you take it away here and tell us a little bit about the forging process for order process.
Absolutely. So our forge is basically a vendor to production, and our forge basically starts out right here beside us. All of our forges are about 1850 degrees, and the concept behind this material is basically to remove carbon from the steel, and that's where we're getting our beautiful texture from. So if you come right nice and close right here, you can see that Tim is working on some of our Corona pieces right now, and he's going to get one bent up for us. You will see in the texturing that each piece is very unique when it comes to that carbon that's coming out of that steel. Each piece that you're seeing, depending on how much heat that it's getting, it could be the climate for the day, and that's where you're going to see that beautiful texture, and this is what you're seeing right now. What you're actually seeing come off that material is what we call slag, and that's the excess carbon coming off that material. And then so you're still seeing that part cooling down where that orange is, and then you're going to be able to see that texture on that material.
Louis, does each piece have its own texture to it? Even though the pattern's the same, but from what we're looking at here is each piece has its own unique texture to it.
Oh, absolutely. Each piece is unique in its very own. When it does come to welding, like for instance on the Corona pieces here, we will make sure that the welder is going to put a consistent pieces together. So if it's heavily textured, that welder is going to put those parts together that are more textured, so we don't get the highs and lows in our texturing as you would see on like a simple sconce.
And each one of these pieces has their own dedicated tool to make the bends to that steel.
Absolutely,
correct?
And that's a good point, Andrew. Being under one roof and part of our manufacturing process of new product, we have about 6,000 tools in-house. Forge has about 2,000, and our weld department has over 4,000. So it's quite a few tools. Some products do share tools, but most products have their own dedicated tool performed for each product.
And we make all of our tooling in-house.
Yes,
correct?
we do.
So just to show everyone here, these right here are some of the tools that we utilize in Forge department, right?
Yes, that's correct. So anywhere you see us walking through Forge and Metalcraft, you'll see racks and racks of tooling specific to each product.
So Louis, what I always found interesting was not only do we do a heated forge process, but we also do a cold forge process back here as well on aluminum.
Yeah, so cold forging is basically we're taking aluminum and we're gonna take our hammers right here, and we have specific dies. So for those that know our Tora fixture, this is actually the print that will actually make that product. So we will actually take two dies together, and with that motion of the hammer, that's where that texturing is coming from.
So this machine does cold forging and heat forging, is correct?
Absolutely. So hot and cold done in all of our, basically all of our hammers.
And we still use the good old anvil today as well, correct?
Oh, absolutely. I think that's one of the coolest things about the Forge is that as Hubbardton Forge is evolving, the Forge is really basically stood the time where we still use the same tools that we've done for the past 40 years of the company. Woo.
This gets hot. What's this temp at again?
That's about 1,850 degrees right here.
So, Louis, now that we've been through the forge process and we see the heated steel product and we do cold forge, from this point, once it gets done with forge, now we head over to tumble, correct?
Yes, we do. We're going over to our tumble process.
And tumble will do what?
So basically it's called well support. In our tumble area, basically what we're doing is we're blasting the material. So we are going to take our forged parts that you're seeing right here, that this has like kind of a blue hue in that slag that we were just talking about, and we're going to blast that material so it has more of a gray hue to it. So basically all of our product looks the same when we're spraying translucents, which means you can see the substrate through it.
So this all gets picked by one person once it comes out of weld to pull all the components for that particular piece here. So
yep, that's correct. So each and every component is pulled. We will start with a job, basically a work order. And each component is pulled through each job with this long list of components for that weld support. So you're seeing extrusions, you're seeing our forged parts, you're seeing blasted cups. And so what you're going to see is this is actually a blasted material. And so after they blast this forged part, they're going to look identical.
All right, let's see how it gets tumbled.
Absolutely. So as we make our way into our tumble process, we're actually taking steel, and this is a ceramic media, and the media basically helps us to create a rolled edge on our product.
Louis, how long will that stay in tumble for?
So you're looking at about 7 to 10 minutes in tumble, and then
so 7 to 10 minutes in tumble right here.
Yep.
And then from tumble, it goes to the cob dryer, correct?
Yep. So this is a corn cob dryer, and this basically does the same. It agitates and basically dries the material, and it has a light rust inhibitor in it, so product doesn't start to rust.
Great. So now all these pieces here have been through or about to go through tumble?
Yep, so these products are just about ready for tuning.
How many pieces would you say come through forge and tumble?
I think on average we have about 300 to 350 pieces per day, products. Now you're looking at products, but you can see this product right here could have 30, 40 components with it.
Wow. And now, so it's been through weld, it's been through tumble. Now the next phase is it's going to be going to weld.
Yes, sir. So at this point, the product is ready, and we are going to take a piece of that 6,000 tools that we have to make our product.
So I noticed that we have tools on here. So now we're pulling the weld tools after it comes out of tumble, and then it's going to get pushed to the welders, correct?
That's correct. So this is our Henry product, and it's a little smaller, so we're dealing with a tool that's more manageable on a cart than a tool that would possibly be on a double-handed or kind of like on a cart, basically.
And I noticed that the Erlenmeyer has 3 tools here.
Yes, it does.
Wow. So once again, not to go backwards, but from forge to the weld tools, we make all this in-house on top of this great product, right?
Absolutely. So again, besides the product, all the tooling that you're going to see as we walk through the welding area.
And we have a lot of tools.
Yes, we do. So all this side of our building is for steel product. We do 2 types of welding here at the Forge. We do TIG and MIG. TIG is tungsten inert gas, and that is basically a tungsten head that has a gas pocket around it, and we use a rod to create those nice artistic welds that we're looking for in our product. MIG is metal inert gas, and that's a faster type of welding. It does create some spattering, so we like to do that on inside of like canopies or cans or whatnot. So.
Now let me ask you, because we do a lot of custom work here, and that's one of our great advantages of being under one roof.
Yes, it is.
When we do a custom, I can see that these tools are for standard. So does this go through a little bit of a different process opposed to just these tools? Sometimes do we just make a one-off tool for a one-time weld if it's custom?
There's occasion where we're going to make some of our custom builders will take existing jigs and kind of modify those on the fly, or sometimes our customs department will make simple jigs for those guys to build. And it's really an evolving item that we're doing here at the Forge.
Should we see really quick if we have time to see some custom welders?
Let's see if we can sneak in there.
I always like to see what they're working on. I'm gonna knock on the door here.
We're gonna take a quick sneak peek. Oh, right. So this is Ed, this is Jeff, and it's just a quick sneak peek, and they're doing a lot of custom work by hand here, and if you've got a custom, most of the time these guys have touched it. So, quick say hello, guys.
Hey, how you doing?
Thanks, guys. They do some pretty cool stuff back there.
They do some awesome work.
So now it's been through weld. We're looking at all these dish racks here to kind of hold it up. Now it's been through the forging process, the tumble process, the weld process. Now what do we do next?
So we're now in our finish department. Finish is broken up into pre-treatment and wash. And what you're actually seeing here is these are our baskets that will go up into our Persicos behind me. Just real quick, Persicos are 5-stage washers. They basically get our material cleaned and prepped and ready for powder coating. Good adhesion, part of our AAMA finishes for outdoor. We use a zirconium base on that for pre-treatment, basically giving us our highly durable finish that we've created. So our steel runs for about 21 minutes, and our aluminum process goes about 16 minutes.
Well, and we have all the forms here for each piece, the way it's traveled.
Yep. So again, just like the work orders we saw in weld support, they'll keep traveling with that product through the entire process.
You know what my favorite thing about all this is? You've got multiple hands looking at the product so that the customer's getting a perfect piece.
Absolutely. Yeah, on average, your piece will be touched by 30 to 35 Hubbardton Forge employees.
Wow. What's this big thing here? This is the big dryer.
This is a big dryer, actually. So once the product goes through pre-treatment, it'll go through a drying oven. That's about 350 degrees for 17 minutes. And then we're making our way over to powder coating. So these baskets have been through pre-treatment. They've been through the drying oven, and they're getting ready for powder coat. So at this point, employees are getting them ready. This is what we call PPA, or pre-paint assembly. And basically we're attaching fixed parts and pieces. It could be UL, it could be design, outdoor fixtures. It's got a variety of reasons.
Great. So here we see the line, huh?
Yeah, so we have 2 powder coating lines at the Forge. We have a single coat line for our single coat product. And then what we're going to go in and see right now is our 2-coat process. All of our outdoor product is 2-coated. Again, we're trying to get the most durable product we can possibly get to the customer. So 2 coats is better than 1.
And our coat too for exterior is AAMA rated as well.
It is. It's 2604 AAMA rated. Yep. We do our own salt spray testing here, just as a little caveat. Previous Hubbardton Forge fixtures went about 2,400 hours. Our new AAMA finishes go about 5,800 hours in salt spray, which is kind of like double for us, so highly durable.
That's great. So it will stand the salt water, the elements outside.
Yeah, so that number is a very harsh climate. 24 hours a day, 100% humidity, 7% salt fog solution, very, very harsh.
All right, now we're going into the finishing area here. So Louis, when it runs through the line, we have a little tag on there to let him know what finish this is before he does a finish swap, right?
Absolutely. So each tag, he's going to know, the sprayer's going to know when it's time to change the color. And John's actually spraying our Coastal 77 finish right now. We do something called electrostatic powder coating. So what you're seeing is John's charged, the gun is creating a positive charge, and the line creates a negative charge. So it's basically wanting to cling to that product.
So now that piece is gonna rotate on this belt here and go right into the oven, right?
Yep, it's actually gonna come right around the corner right here. And then, so our first stage is an IR oven, which you can kind of see down the chute right there. And the IR oven creates a 80% cure, so it only heats what it sees. And then we will go, and as you can see on the left side over here, items are partially cured, and then it's going to go to a top coat sprayer. So as you can see, powder coated, 80% cure, and then we have our sprayer putting a top coat on it. Wow.
Now Louis, I noticed that we just have a mask on, no gloves on, so this powder's completely safe.
Yeah, so good point. So VOCs, volatile organic compounds, when our powder's being cured or burnt off, there's no chemicals going in the air. And then all of our powders are TGIC free, which is triglycerides. So as you can see, our sprayer's able to not be fully dressed in an environmentally suit or whatever you want to call it, that they're just wearing a dust mask. And that's just basically a cleanliness item. So,
great.
Very cool and safe item.
Much better than plating, right?
Yeah, plating, liquid coatings. That's why Hubbardton Forge decided to stay with powder coating.
All right. So I'm going to follow you, Louis.
So as we make our way through our cooling tunnel, we're kind of right in the center. So as you look down this way here, that's our convection oven, and our product is being fully cured right here. And so right here, what you're kind of seeing coming down our line is fully cured product. Our line runs about 3.5 feet a minute to be able to get our full cure out of our product. About 440 degrees.
All right, so now that it's come through finish, all the product is then pulled.
Yep.
For the assembly stage of it.
That's it. Yep.
All right.
So right over here.
So we have pickers to pull all of the electrical components, sockets, instruction sheets.
Absolutely. So that's, again, job traveling through the whole process. They'll get all of our electrical components, customer instruction. You all rated labels and box labels and whatever else that might be with this product. And then moving on to the electrical side. So this is on our electrical side, we do incandescent, LED. LEDs are starting to become a forefront in the lighting business, and part of our relationships with our vendors, this is one of our biggest relationships, and that's LED Dynamics up in northern Vermont. They make all of our LED strips for us, so we're able to, because of that relationship, customs, and that ability to be able to create those products around our relationships. And what you're kind of seeing, this one here is from Appalachian Stitching, allowing us to throw a current through leather. And
so this is on pieces like our derby. So this right here is what's from the electrical current, right?
that is correct. So you're looking, so for instance here, you're seeing a stitch. So this side is our positive, this side is our negative, and we're able to have the LED because it's low voltage, so you don't have a high current traveling through that product. It's going up to a driver.
The other thing too with our LEDs, which is really good to know, is that if there's ever an issue in the field, that our LED product can be changed in the field as well.
Absolutely, I think that's a great part of our product and the interchangeable. So if you were to buy a Cityscape or that platform and this part right here needed to be changed out, we could be able to ship that to you or a customer, and they can swap that out with the ease.
It's very easy to do.
Andrew can.
And then some other materials from our partnership, our slate.
Yep, so that's right from the next town over in Fairhaven, Vermont. We have some wood that we use from up in Middlebury, Vermont. Relationships with AO Glass up in Burlington.
And I like that each LED actually has our Tong logo on
Yes.
the LED itself.
Yes,
as well.
so you know it's a true Hubbardton Forge LED.
So now in assembly too, they also test every component before it goes out the door.
That is correct. So we will actually do basically what it is a high pot test. So we have a control unit over here that we will actually take the two wires coming from the product, and we will actually touch each one of them. And if we hear that noise, we know that there is a split in the wire, or there could be something that might not be exactly wired correctly. So we want to make sure that we test each and every incandescent. And then we have this unit right here that will actually test and light LEDs. So we live test all of our LEDs to make sure that the boards are correct, the color is correct, and that we don't have any flickering happening.
So not only are we checking throughout every stage the metal, the finish, but also double checking on the wiring and make sure that there's no faulty wires or anything cut.
Absolutely. I mean, that's that piece of quality at every touch here at the Forge. Each and every individual that has their hands on it has the ability to stop that product, and we want to make sure that that product is going out 100%.
Great, great. So before we head over to shipping, where this is the final stage before this product goes out the door, there's customs right here, and I always get dragged in by customs because I can't help myself. And because we're under one roof, I always think it's great for our customers to see how we can easily modify our pieces to be much larger.
Absolutely. We got to see Ed and Jeff real quick. This is Caitlin that works over in our electrical side. She gets to the fun part of coming up with the wiring schematics with engineering, and coming up with all of our custom packs, and the ability is ever growing.
And we kind of touched on it before, where we make our own tooling in-house on top of our product, and this is really the area where tooling is being made for forge and for
Absolutely. So we
the
have
aluminum
a
pieces.
couple custom builders that will be able to do some of those one-offs. But right around the corner from us is our prototype and tooling, where basically all the magic for the tooling happens.
Let's take a quick peek. So this just shows right here that we're making a tool for a future Hubbardton Forge piece.
Yes, we are. Yep. So one of our lathes in action.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Once again, that's the beauty of doing everything under one roof, right?
Absolutely. That relationship between design, engineering, prototype and tooling, production, we can make that product that much faster, and just that correlation between that collaboration between each other.
And here we have our big
Yeah, so this is our water jet. It's pretty cool. It might not be up and running at the moment, but basically what it is we're able to cut a wide range of material, and it's basically air, water, and garnet. And we're able to cut steel, glass. Part of our fusion product is cut on here. Any type of material you can cut. This gave us a wide opening for abilities.
All right, so sorry to kind of take us off course into customs, but let's get back to where the product leaves assembly and is now getting ready for packaging and shipping.
Yeah, so basically once it's come through assembly, that product is actually getting kitted through here. So this is all of our part of our corrugate aisle. And so that product, again, with that job, they're pulling corrugate. We're going to pull any glass, any shades that's required for the product.
Pull all of the packaging as well, too.
Yeah, all the packaging.
So we saw a Corona being worked on at the beginning of Forge, and here is the end result.
Yeah, this is quite ironic.
So as you can actually see here too, you can see that the scaling is different on each piece, which gives it that unique feel and look.
Yeah, texturing of the highs and lows that you're going to see with our forged piece, all those unique, depending on, again, how that heat is taken to that product.
And then from there, it'll get boxed up and then put down the aisle with the label on it, and it gets loaded onto the trucks to go.
That's it.
All right. And that's a 3 to 4 week lead time, if not quicker. But that's incredible. So
Absolutely.
Luby, thank you for taking us through the plant. Appreciate it.